It's paint and players. It's colorful and in your face. Paintballs. Paintball players, the best, are gathered here in Orlando for the World Paintball Championships. We're set to get underway with Game 1. Let's go to Fred Schultz with the teams.
All right, I'm here right now with the paraplegic turtles who are getting ready to go out and play the Ironmen. How you guys doing, man? You all psyched?
Oh, yeah!
Excellent. All right, maybe you can give me a quick rundown of the strategy on this field, because it looks like kind of a tough puppy out here.
Sure. You know, we've got all these little bunkers out here. What we think the Ironmen are going to do, they're going to split up a 5-5. 5 on one tape, 5 on the other. They want to shoot out our center. Most teams, because they're one of the best, if not the best team in the world, they're going to come at us hard. They're going to expect us to sit back, so we're going to try to change that on them. We're going to hit our right side very hard. We're going to send 3 guys up very far and 1 guy in the center very, very far where nobody is expecting. We believe we can get him in there. With that, they won't be able to push up on this right side, which we believe they're going to do. They're going to try to run 6, 7 guys down this line. And so we're going to hit them like that and just play a game, take it right to them. They're not expecting it. We think we can take them.
All right, I'm here right now with one of the best teams in the world, the Ironmen. How you guys doing, man?
How you doing?
All right. All right, Captain Bob Long. Bobby, maybe you can tell the people out there just a little bit about what your strategy is going to be against paraplegic turtles here.
Well, I think we're going to try to hold off for about the 5-minute mark. Since we can't cross, there's no use of gambling too many people across and have 3 guys fighting 10. So we're going to kind of try to dink them off, and we'll cross at 5. And everything should happen between 5 and 10.
And we are underway. The Turtles in blue on the left side of the field. The Ironmen in white and red on the right, sprinting for position. There you see midfield and Jerry Braun, each team relatively close, but not all the way up.
No, the Turtles did exactly what they wanted to do. They are up far enough so that the Ironmen cannot get good positions on them. The Ironmen are spread across the field, as are the Turtles.
And just about 30 seconds gone by, there is the first elimination. Number 4, Marty Bush, a forward for the Ironmen. That makes the score Turtles 4, Ironmen nothing. Here's how it works. You get 4 points for each opponent you eliminate. You get 10 points for pulling the opponent's flag. That is the object. Capture the flag. 50 more points for bringing it back, hanging it in your flag station. And then, for each minute under 20 that you get the whole thing done, that you hang the flag, you get 10 more points. Max 200 as we watch Bob Long move up for the Ironmen.
The Ironmen are establishing a good defensive position, but they've got to move some people up in order to gain an offensive capability.
There's the Turtles' captain, Dale Price, moving ahead. You see he has a prosthetic leg. He lost his leg in a motorcycle accident about 3 years ago. And here's the first Turtle eliminated, number 88, Carl Reed, hustling off the field.
Score now is 4-4.
And we've got Fred Schultz on the sideline to talk to Carl Reed about what happened. Let's go over there and hear from Fred and Carl.
I see things are going pretty hot and heavy out there right now. I see you took a hit there in the goggles.
Yeah.
How are things looking right now out there?
Looks pretty even. It's 1 up.
Which means the score is 4-4 as we look at the Turtles' Mike Buckner being checked for paint. He's going to be all right. Just about 2 minutes into this game now, and as Bob Long of the Ironmen mentioned before the start, time is crucial, Jerry, as to who can go and when.
That's right. Forwards can cross midfield at any time, but halfbacks can't cross until the 5-minute horn, and defense have to wait to cross midfield until the 10-minute mark.
Wait, let the guy on the left come out some, Clayton.
The Ironmen's Dave Youngblood calling out instructions to teammate Clayton Kyle there. Communication very important in paintball, particularly in this arena-type field where there's nothing but barricades to protect you from your opponents. Look at the intensity on Dave Youngblood's face. Jerry, the Ironmen in a defensive posture here.
The Ironmen are in a strong defensive position with several team members forward. They've got some offensive capability.
Now here's Dave Youngblood making a move, Jerry. It looks as if he's been hit. There he is crouched behind the bunker. They're trying to check. They check him, and he is indeed out of there. Dave Youngblood gone for the Ironmen, making the score 8-4 Turtles as Dale Price continues to fire away. Turtles came in seated 12th, Ironmen 1.
Dave, that was a great move you made up there. What happened? Where'd they get
You know, I underestimated the angle they had on that one pallet. I was able to get a good look through the center, and when the two guys in the center dropped down, I tried to make it, but there was a good opening. They picked me up and just got me in the arm.
You got it in your arm.
Indeed, he did, and so the Turtles, who came in, as we said, seated 12th and last in this tournament, have the lead as we take a look from behind Dave Miller at the double bunker.
And John, the loss of Dave Youngblood severely weakens the Ironman's near tape position. Could be a major problem for him down the road.
Mike Buckner moving up for the Turtles, trying to press the advantage. We move toward the 5-minute mark in this game. The 1996 World Paintball Championships are brought to you by Paintball Sports Magazine. From pickup games to tournaments, novice players and champions alike read Paintball Sports Magazine. We are well underway in Game 1 of the World Paintball Championships here in Orlando, Florida. Hello, everybody. I'm John Nicholson, along with Jerry Braun, managing editor of Paintball Sports Magazine. Jerry, we've got the 12th-seeded Turtles out of Utah against the top-seeded Ironmen from California.
The Turtles are a young, strong, fast team, but they've got their hands full. The Ironmen have been 3-time series champions, 3 years in a row.
It's going to be tough for the Turtles to pull that upset. Now, Jerry, opening game here, clean field, clean shirts. Pretty soon there's paint everywhere. Some people are going to ask, what about the environment?
Well, this is an environmentally friendly game, John. You have the paint pellets made of food coloring. The encapsulation is the same encapsulation as a vitamin E tablet. You've got a pellet that is biodegradable, non-toxic, and water-soluble. You can eat it, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Maybe not. All right, thanks, Jerry. Let's get back to the action, find out who is hitting whom with those paintballs on the field. Turtles leading at 8-4 over the Ironmen. That means 2 Ironmen are out and 1 Turtle. As we take a close-up look at Brian Benini reloading here. And Brian has just taken a hit and plainly, as you see, is not pleased about it.
That is a real problem for the Ironmen. Brian Benini and Dave Youngblood were the Ironmen that were holding the near tape line. They have now both been eliminated.
So that makes the score Turtles 12, Ironmen 4, as Brian Benini plugs his marker and heads for the sideline. He's out of there. Let's take a look at a replay, Jerry.
And Brian gets hit while he's trying to load. He gets hit on the harness. A terrible, terrible move for the Ironmen. They lost their wingman. A great shot. Brian's out of there.
Some would call it a lucky shot, Jerry, but if you're on the equipment or on yourself, you're out of there. Let's talk about this field. It's 500 feet long, 200 feet wide, and a mirror image one side of the other.
And the bunkers are color-coded. Deep in their own territory, you've got the solid red and the solid blue bunkers. Up closer toward the middle, you have the blue and white stripe bunkers and the red and white stripe bunkers, with the middle area of the field all white area.
And there is the 5-minute horn indicating 5 minutes have passed. Now the 4 halfbacks can also cross midfield if they wish to, as well as the 3 forwards. Mark Roberts having his marker checked there by the chronograph judge, Jerry.
And the chronograph is very important because that ensures that the speed of the marker is within safe limits.
One of 11 officials on the field as we watch Clayton Kyle moving up for the Ironmen. 11 judges on the field, mostly from the New York City area, and Bob Rose is the ultimate judge. Todd Lair, the most forward Turtle here as we look at midfield. Let's take a look at how they set up on both teams, Jerry.
Well, the Ironmen still maintain a strong defensive position, but the loss of Youngblood and Benini on the near tape line make it almost impossible for them to mount any kind of an effective offense. They've got to fill that gap. In contrast, the Turtles maintain a very strong defensive position with enough forward men so that they can dominate the center and the near tape line.
Clayton Kyle wandering the back portion, the back quarter of his area here on the defense for the Ironmen, looking for some kind of a break, but they are trailing at this point by a score of 12-4, Jerry.
And Clayton can stand up because you notice he's way, way back in his territory. They can't even long ball him from there.
Right there, Judge! Right there on that guy! He's gone! The middle guy's gone! Right there, Judge!
As in any sport, Clayton Kyle lobbying the officials, trying to get an opponent called out of there. Ironmen still back. Wide open center of the field practically as we take a look at the Turtles, who have the wind at their backs.
John, the Turtles are a very patient team. They're showing that. They are up in players. They are certainly up in position, but they're waiting. If they can get a few more Ironmen out, believe me, they're going to move.
And they have plenty of time to do it. We have yet to reach the 10-minute mark here in this first game of the World Paintball Championships. Now there is a second turtle out. Bob Long talked beforehand about trying to dink off some of the turtles, and there goes one of the turtles. Jeff Miles, number 75, is gone. That makes it 12-8. And as Jeff heads for the sideline, Fred Schultz there to greet him. Let's go to Fred.
Hey, where'd you just get eliminated?
Right here on my hopper.
You got it in the hopper. You guys still have them down now. What is it, 3-2 right now?
Yes, 3-2.
And you guys seem to have the advantage. You guys are up the farthest right now.
I think we've got the advantage right now if we just keep holding it.
All right.
Yeah.
Bob Long on the left, Dirk Gadbury on the right. There we see Dirk for the Ironmen hunkered down. They still trail at 12-8 as we continue the first game of the World Paintball Championships. Right back. The Turtles moving up, trying to build on their 12-8 lead as we take a look at Todd Lair. He is the furthest forward for the Turtles, but still about 15 yards back from midfield. The Turtles have the lead. Let's see how they're set up, Jerry.
The Turtles are in a beautiful layered position. They have a very, very strong defense. They have power on both tape lines. They can dominate the middle. They can certainly dominate the near tape line because Bonini and Youngblood have not been replaced. The Ironmen have not filled that gap, and the Turtles are taking advantage of it. They're moving their people into position. They control the game.
And there is the 10-minute horn indicating we are at least halfway through this match. Just before that, Jerry, we heard the Turtles shouting, "Sweet 2."
Well, that means that they are saying sweet spot or concentrate your firepower on a particular bunker. Bunker number 2 or area number 2 in this case. The Turtles have this field wired.
They are in control, and I guess when you're in the sweet spot, Jerry, you are a target.
You're taking some heat.
Darryl Trent there for the Ironmen, holed up behind that double bunker, trying to communicate. And on the opposite side, we take a look at the Turtles' John Beeland. Somebody else being targeted. Now, who's in charge of making sure it all works right? Before the match, Fred Schultz talked with that man.
I'm basically the man in charge out there. I'm only as good as the people that work with me, okay? I mean, they're out there, they're doing their job for me. But if there's any real problems or anything like that that we really can't handle, you know, as a judging crew, it all comes onto my shoulders.
Bobby and his crew are more than up to the mark. Bobby's also a former international arm wrestling champion.
And a check on the far tape up there. We have another Ironman out of there. That's Brian Estefan, number 99, a defenseman for the Ironmen. Turtles captain Dale Price calling it. That's 4. 4 down for the Ironmen, 2 for the Turtles, making the score 16-8 as we watch Estefan depart the field.
Turtles are in an overwhelming position. They're up manpower. They're certainly up position.
And this is a team, the Turtles, that came in seeded 12th and last. The 12 teams, 11 from the U.S., 1 from Britain. In the first round, 6 games. If you win, you move on. If you lose, you're gone. In the second round, each team plays another team, and you add up the points from the first 2. After 2 rounds, the 3 teams with the most points go on to a round-robin final to determine the World Paintball Champion team. A little more lobbying there, this time by the Turtles as they try to press the advantage. The Ironmen, the top-seeded team in this tournament, up against it now with about 8 minutes left in the match if it goes the full 20. The Turtles, an aggressive team you would think, would try to go for the flag before long. Over on the sidelines, Fred Schultz with Brian Estefan of the Ironmen.
Hey, it was a heck of a move you put on the right wire over there. What were you trying to accomplish with that?
I was trying to get a different angle on the guy in the center. He was pretty much holding us back.
Mm-hmm. Where did you get it? Where'd you get eliminated? Oh, so you took it in the leg. Did you take it when you were sliding in there?
No.
On the way up?
I got in. I tried to get close into the bunker, and shot just kept coming in.
So you take it from an angle from this side?
From the same guy I was trying to get, but the problem was he was already stable, already there.
Right.
And I was trying to slide in and then take him out.
Brian Estefan talked about trying to get an angle. Angles are so important in this game, Jerry.
Angles and position. It's the positions that determine the angles. That's why it was so important for the Turtles to move the way they did up front, and so crucial to the Ironmen when Brian Bonini and Dave Youngblood were eliminated. They don't have the angle on the Turtle from the near tape line. The Turtles have power from tape to tape. They've got the angles on the Ironmen, and the Ironmen are in trouble.
Every time you lean out from behind the bunker to try to hit somebody, you, of course, expose yourself for a shot from somebody on the opposing team.
Which is why this sweet spotting is so important, where you try and get 2 and 3 players at different sides of the field, different tape, middle, going against one player on the opposing team. 3 different angles, that player's going to be history.
Dirk Gadberry for the Ironmen moving up and sliding in, and the bunker almost went but stayed up for him. He's about 10 yards back from midfield, I would say, Jerry.
Yeah, Dirk Gadberry is getting hammered. If he doesn't have help from the Ironmen teammates, he's going to be history.
Practically mirror images there. On the left, Todd Lair being blocked by the official, and Dirk Gadberry on the right as he gets another splattering going by him. Gadberry, though, not getting the support, as you say, Jerry, whereas Todd Lair is in a better position for the Turtles. We'll be back to see if they can complete the upset.
Important point. Ironmen have nobody on the near tape line. They can only move through the middle and the far tape. Turtles can move throughout the field. The firepower is there for the Turtles. The angles are there for the Turtles.
The time is kept on the field. It's important to note, though, that time is running down, so if somebody's going to make a run for the flag, it should happen pretty soon. That's somebody you would have to think would be the Turtles, Jerry, as they have the advantage.
The Ironmen are in a reactive state only.
Dirk Gadberry continually being pounded with the official right on him, and there's Captain Bob Long of the Ironmen trying to make something happen, but he's got to duck behind the bunker, too. Shane Pestana for the Ironmen also being hammered. As the officials confer, they may be expecting something soon. Note they are in communication with the two-way radios there. And there is the barrel of Bob Long's marker. Splatter on the stock. That won't eliminate him, though. You've got to be hit with a paintball. If the marker is hit, you are out. Ironmen all hunkered down. Doesn't look like they're trying to make a move at all, Jerry.
The Ironmen's only chance is really to stop a Turtle push.
And yet now Bob Long has had a change of heart, apparently. Moving up, sliding in safely, but he's being blasted. Look at the paintballs hammering off that bunker. Bob tried to make himself small, but couldn't make himself small enough. He is now gone, and that gives the Turtles a 20-8 lead. Captain Bob Long is history. And now the Turtles are making their move as Eric Felix goes out for the Ironmen on the far wire. The Turtles moving up in a hurry. There is Dale Price moving ahead to the midfield bunker for the Turtles. And now Dave Miller, there you see him going up on the right and heading for the flag as the Ironmen exit. The rest of the Ironmen apparently have been eliminated, so that's 40 points for the Turtles. And a wide open Dave Miller heads for the flag. 10 points for the first pull for the Turtles. And a dejected Clayton Kyle leaving for the Ironmen. Now the relay to the opposite end. Time of the essence, because every minute under 20 they can get it there and hang it is 10 points more. Todd Lair, who took the flag from Dave Miller, hands off to Mike Olson, who'll take it the rest of the way to the flag station for the hang. 50 points more for the hang.
Pack it up, boys! Pack it up, you're going home!
They'll check Mike Olson for paint to make sure it counts, check everybody else to see who survives, but it appears the Turtles have pulled it off.
Right here.
Yes.
Right. You're right. You want us to gather somewhere live?
Bobby, what happened out there, buddy?
They just outshot us. You know, they played better than we did.
It looked like a couple of your rabbits got taken out at the beginning.
They played better than we did. They were a very good team.
Okay, well, that's very admirable, Bobby. Hey, it was still a good game. All right. So it looks like your plan worked pretty good, am I right?
Yeah, that worked. That worked out perfect.
It is. What do you think was a strong point in that?
Well, I think they didn't think we'd go as far, and our middle man took out anybody on the left, or on our right, their left, and it just worked for us. When we got the hole, we went.
Excellent. Well, I can see you're a little bit out of breath.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go.
You did a good job.
So the top-seeded Ironmen go out with a show of sportsmanship, and Fred's with a victorious Dale Price.
You know, Dale, your plan, you executed your plan exactly like you say you were going to do. What do you think was a main factor to you taking them like that?
We got in their faces harder than they expected, so they weren't able to come into the bunkers as hard. They were really surprised, I think, by that. Also, we were patient. All our guys, we wanted to move earlier, but the Ironmen, they have two guys that can take out all of yours.
Oh, without a doubt. They're a class team, and plus they're excellent shots. That's what really was amazing. I mean, you guys sat there, you stayed covered until you got a few of them out, and then you moved in.
Right, that's what we were trying to do.
That was a very good push.
Make them make the moves on us, let them make the mistakes.
Right, you know, Bob came over and congratulated the guys a little bit earlier. I thought it was really a classy act, too.
No,
you know?
he's a good guy. He's a real good guy.
Yeah,
I have utmost respect for that team.
You just beat an awesome team, you know that.
Yeah.
Hey,
any given day.
Congratulations. That's the bottom line, any given day. Congratulations, you did a great job.
Thank you.
The 1996 World Paintball Championships have been brought to you by Westgate Resort. Over 1,000 suites in the Orlando area, minutes away from all area attractions. And by Paintball Sports Magazine, game sites, stores, equipment, special events, the first and last word in paintball all over the world. Dale Price and Mark Roberts were eliminated. The Turtles wound up with a 120-16 victory over the Ironmen. They move on. And our next game will feature the Phantom Force from Oregon, seeded number 11, against the second-seeded Houston Heat in the World Paintball Championships. There's the trophy they're looking for. Excitement aplenty in the weeks to come. For now, for Fred Schultz and Jerry Braun, I'm John Nicholson. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.